Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff today. I'm reviewing the song Nosferatu Man by Slint. This song, as always, as usual, comes to you as a request from one of my viewers. So if you would like to request something, just do what they did. Put it in the comments, and I'll be sure to add it to my list. Now, to my knowledge, I don't think I've heard of anything from this band. I don't think I've even heard of this band before. So I think it's pretty safe to say I'm going in blind and just hoping for the best. So not too much to say here. Just let's jump into it. Again, this is Nosferatu Man by Slint. Here we go. change up there.
Now my queen is lying in her early grave. After that girl, I'll keep her warm. There's nothing left to save.
Yeah, I like that a lot. It's a little different. Yeah, it was interesting. It was neat. Pretty straightforward, I feel like, but I think it worked. Just kind of waiting for the fade out to end here. Just don't want to miss anything. I think that's it. All right, yeah. All right, so yeah, I really enjoyed that. I think the guitar work throughout was really enjoyable. The bass line, especially near the end, the bass really came to the forefront. Drumming was really fun. The vocals were interesting, kind of more spoken word rather than like being sung. But I think it all worked really well together to make a pretty enjoyable song. So let's say we break it down like we always do, of course, starting with the lyrics. First, let's read this little about section. It says, Nosferatu, 1922, is a classic German expressionist and horror film that was an unauthorized adaptation of Bram Stoker's 1897 novel Dracula. Because the film studio did not own the rights to the novel, several names were changed, as in the case of Nosferatu, meaning vampire. Okay, I didn't know that. The lyrics of Nosferatu Man were heavily inspired by the film and contain vampire-like and horror imagery and fuses its themes. So, of course, I've heard about the film Nosferatu. I've never actually watched it, so kudos to them for, I guess, watching it and then finding inspiration in it. So, looks like this came out in, 1991? Okay, cool. So, let's see. I live in a castle, I am a prince, on days I try to please my queen. I mean, there it is right there, right? Live in a castle, vampire. As soon as I start to smile with my smiling queen, who sits across the table by the food she made, like a bat, I fleshed the girl and I flew out my back door, and I came to know no one no more. She ran without glances and railed like a red coal train. She ran without glances and railed like a red coal train. So it sounds like he invites like a woman over. You know, they're having a nice dinner. And then he turns into a bat and tries to chase her down and eat her, or at least suck her blood, and she's trying to run away. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Eyelids are opened when the sun is high. I slip away from my queen's weary stare. I can be settled down and be doing just fine until I heard that old train rolling down the line. With the light, she disappeared and set me in a whirl, and I hoped that beautiful girl. I set a fire burning, and I railed on through the night. I set a fire burning, and I railed on through the night. She peeked around the corner. She offered me her hand. My teeth touched her skin. Then she was gone again. So, yeah, I mean, vampire. Sucked her blood. Now my queen is lying in her early grave. After that girl, I'll keep alone. There's nothing left to save. So, yeah, sounds like he invited a girl over. Hey, let's have a nice date. And then his vampire instincts kicked in. He fucking murdered her and sucked her blood. So, yeah, you know, I think it's, I mean, that's how I'm reading. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I thought it was fine, you know. Again, I've never seen Nosferatu. I don't know if that's what happens in the movie, but just, you know, I know about vampires, and so that sounds like a very vampiric story, if you will. So, yeah, I kind of dig the way it was written. I give it a thumb up for lyricism. As far as the instrumentation and vocals go, again, vocals were more sort of spoken word, but I think it really worked here for what they were going for, just kind of telling a very, I think, straightforward story. So vocals were fine. I think instrumentally, I think where the song shines is in the guitar work. I think, you know, it was kind of a little bit slower, and with more isolated guitar at the beginning of the song, and then kind of the whole band comes in for those middle sections, those chorus, yeah, whatever. And then it sounds really good with the bass and the drums. Really like the drumming here. It was kind of aggressive and a little bit on the heavier side. And the bass, I think, put in some nice rhythm, especially near the end of the song. I think bass came to kind of the forefront a little bit, and I was like, okay, I can really hear that now and pick that out of the crowd. So I think all those instruments and the vocals playing well together, I mean, this one was pretty enjoyable. I'm giving it 2 big thumbs up. If there's only one complaint I have, it's that it was maybe a little bit repetitive, but they did switch it up kind of near the end there. So not too competitive, but like I said, it's a small complaint. If really, even if it is one, it's only a 5-minute song. It wasn't too bad. So, and then as far as replay value goes, I mean, yeah, I can definitely see myself listening to this one again. I mean, yeah, I think it was a pretty solid song from these guys. I've never heard of them before, so I'd be interested to hear more, and I think that's a pretty successful entryway into this band, so I'm giving it a thumb up for replay value. Overall, not a bad song. Thank you so much for whoever requested this one. As always, if you want to request something, do what that person did. Put it in the comments, and I'll be sure to add it to my list. And hey, while you're down there, might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, just all that stuff you do on YouTube normally for channels that you really like. I definitely appreciate that. If you enjoyed the music as much as I did, go support the artists, go listen to their music wherever you can. And I think that's it. I think I've covered all my bases. Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much for dropping by. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.